Hello, everyone. How many of you out there would like to survive corrections and at the end of your career obtain a pension? Or how many of you are working corrections just for a little while until you find something else? Well, either way, you need to leave corrections without burning your bridges. Hi, I'm Gary York. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe. I'm going to give you 10 ways to survive in corrections, whether you're staying for 5 years or whether you're staying for 20, 25, or 30 years. You want to survive whatever time you spend in corrections without burning your bridges. Now, I want to tell you that the first one I'm going to talk about is so simple and it's such common sense, you would think, how could anybody mess this one up? But number one on my list of surviving corrections is show up to work. Now, a lot of you that are in corrections, you know what I'm talking about. You have the one person that always shows up to work late. Whether you have roll call or briefing or not, they're late for roll call, they're late for briefing, and if you don't have roll call, they're just late for their shift. Well, this is bad for them and bad for the employer, and it doesn't leave a good taste in the employer's mouth. So showing up to work with a positive attitude will help immensely in surviving your time in corrections, no matter how long or short a period of time it is. Also, calling in and burning your time does not help you in the long run. You're going to need that time for an emergency illness, if it happens, God forbid, for family illness, if that happens, or anything like that. You need to save your nest egg, your sick time hours, for emergencies, especially if you're going to make it a 20, 25, or 30-year career. You need to build up those hours in case you need them. So that's my number one on the survival list of corrections. Getting to work on time, not calling in constantly, and saving those hours for a rainy day when you need them most. Number two on my list is be flexible. If you're not flexible, you're in a tough spot, because corrections, every day changes in corrections. The situations change by the hour. Everything could be calm 1 minute and then an emergency the next minute. You have to be flexible and be able to change and adapt. Also in corrections, people are getting promoted and moving out, and now you have a new supervisor, a new sergeant comes in. So your old sergeant is gone that you've been with for the last 2-3 years. Everybody's set in their ways. This is the way we're going to do it. We don't want to change. Well, folks, not every leader is exactly the same. Not every leader wants to do things the way the other leader did. So adapt and change. Be flexible. You want to survive in a corrections career. Being flexible is very important. Number three on my list, actions speak louder than words. Are you a shit talker, talking all the time about how great you are and how much you know and what you're going to do, and then when the going gets tough, you're not there to do what you say you can do, or you're not there to back up your fellow officers? Please focus on taking positive action rather than arguing about things, and be alert and let your fellow officers know they can rely on you. So actions speak louder than words is my number three survival in corrections. Number four, another common sense area. Very easy, right? Follow the rules and the regulations that your agency provides. Don't bring things to inmates. Don't give inmates chewing gum. Don't give inmates cigarettes. Don't allow this inmate to do something and then tell this inmate they can't do it. Be fair, firm, and consistent. Okay, follow your agency rules. Now, your agency rules and policies may not, if you violate certain ones, you may get time on the porch, you may get a letter in your file. This all builds up, though. If you want to hang out for a while, and especially if you want promotion, don't let that build you in your records. And you go for promotion one day and they see 8 violations, they're probably going to pick the person next to you that has no violations to be promoted. Now, number 5 on my list of survival in corrections, complacency. If you fall complacent, where you are not a bad person, you have been around 5 to 7 years and you're hitting that burnout stage, you need to go talk to somebody and say, hey, can I be moved to a different place to work? I've been in this job for 5 to 7 years in the same area, the same thing. Can I be moved to another area of the prison or another area of the jail just to get a different scenery? I know that we rotate our posts in many places a lot, but if you feel you're becoming complacent, letting your guard down, let somebody know, because complacency not only puts people in danger, it puts you at risk, and it can keep you from finishing your career. Don't let complacency get you down. Talk to someone, talk to a fellow co-worker, talk to a supervisor, talk to people at home or outside. Not that you want to take work home every day, but talk to someone you know well and get that issue taken care of quickly before it ruins your career. Number 6, don't let inmate manipulation get you in a trap. Inmate manipulation, we talked earlier about following the rules and regulations. Well, if you let an inmate manipulate you, you violate a lot of rules, and you don't want to lose your job over an inmate. It is not worth it to lose your job over an inmate. When an inmate begins to manipulate you, seek favors from you, tell you how handsome you are if it's a women's prison for male officers, or tell you how pretty you are if it's a male prison with female officers, just write them up, report it to your supervisor immediately. Don't let inmate manipulation ruin your career. That will help you survive your career by reporting incidents immediately. Key word, and I learned this even later in my career, how important immediately is. Report incidents immediately, and it will save you, and you will retire from corrections. Number 7, do not let negative staff members influence you. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. To come to work, blank this shit. I hate this place. This place isn't worth a damn. I can't wait to get the hell out of here. Well, you know, sometimes we all hit that wall, and we may even think stuff like that. But let's turn it into positive. Let's get our mind back on the right track. Do something positive. Give yourself a break. That's why I say keep that time saved and built up. That vacation time. Take a week off. Tell them you need it. Tell them you're getting thoughts about being tense and negative, and you need that time off. And I know. They're going to say, no, we don't have enough manpower. But somewhere down the line, they've got to give you some time off. Get that time off, get your mind set straight, and come back. This job's not easy. It takes a solid, special person to finish a career in corrections. It takes a solid, special person to do what we do every day behind those prison walls, taking care of inmates who are constantly in need, constantly a threat to our lives, constantly a threat to our security, and it's stressful. Try to keep that mind positive, and it'll help you finish your career in corrections. Number 8, when assigned a task, no matter how small or how large, do it with energy and pride. If you're assigned to the caustics room and you have to do an inventory of the supplies, do that with as much energy as if you're assigned to the team that's going out on an escape and trying to recapture an escaped convict. Okay, same thing, because everything's important. You know, if your caustics are missing and inmates have got a hold of them and they're being used in the wrong manner, they can become deadly. They use them in ways to make drugs and homemade drugs and things, and it could end up being deadly. And every job you do in the prison is very important in the chain of events. Tool inventory, caustics inventory, cell searches, routine pat-downs, all these things. Take pride in doing it correctly. Don't become complacent, as I said earlier, and get the job done, because every little job in our jails and prisons has a reason and a rhyme and is in the chain for a reason, for safety and security. Number 9, be fair, firm, and consistent with inmates. Why? Because if you're fair, firm, and consistent with inmates, no one can play games with you. No one can say you treated somebody better than them or different than them. And inmates make our lives rough. So we have to try to keep them in line, make them follow the rules, but be fair about it. Make them do what they're supposed to do and do it consistently. And we're going to be fair in the way we operate. We may change 2 inmates out today from the 2 we had yesterday, mopping the floors in the dorm or whatever. Just be fair, firm, and consistent. And you will find that if you stay that way and stay solid, it will make your job easier. Okay? And number 10, a big one. Number 10, there's probably 50 reasons that we can come up with. But number 10 on my list today, build trust and reliability with your fellow officers. Teamwork is the key to survival and getting through. I've got your back, you've got mine. We'll cover each other. When we have a call for help, we are going to run as fast as we can to get there if we're available and allowed to leave our post. And we're going to be there for you. And when your coworkers start to see that you're reliable, you're trustworthy, you've got their back, and you're always going to be there for them, that makes your life easier in corrections. That makes it much better to know that we can work together as a team and get through this together. As I said earlier, get through it together, not arguing. Okay? Showing. Action is louder than words. So, just a few tips that I wanted to throw out there. You can add many more, I'm sure. But I wanted to get the ball rolling and get the mind moving. And just stay positive, folks. Let me tell you, 28 years, there was times when I didn't know. I thought maybe I'm going to change careers at the 10-year mark, at the 12-year mark. You can do it. We can all do it, but we have to work together, as I said in number 10. Be a team, be positive, and work together. You'll get through this. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.